So number 18, we have ln, which is really a log base e. We have another log base e. So we have two logs on the same side of the equal sign. So you can't get rid of a log unless it's all by itself on one side. So what I want to do is condense both of these, bless you, these ln's. I want to condense them and make them one single ln. So once again, I took both of these ln's and I made them one single ln. And I'm going to be doing that with the quotient property because there's a minus sign. If there were a plus sign, it would be the product property. But because there's a minus, it's a quotient property. Now, how does that work? The quotient property says quotient is to divide. You need to take this number and divide it, put it on top of this number. Okay? So I condensed the ln. I made them one single ln. And now I'm just going to write down 3x to the third over x. So this is the left side of the equation. The right side is still 5. So we really have ln of this fraction equals 5. Now ln is really a log base e. You want to get rid of the log base e, so you're going to have to raise both sides of the equation to be the powers of base e. So I'm going to put a big giant E right here, a big giant E over here. The equal sign is now between the e's. Of course, the e to the ln cancels out. So the 3x to the third over x comes down. The equal sign comes down, and e to the fifth, that's an actual number. I'm going to leave it e to the fifth. So here's my new equation. I want to focus in on this equation. What could I do? I could get rid of the fraction by multiplying both sides by x, but I'm not going to do that because it's easier to simply cancel out this x with one of these x's, and you'll still have 2 left over up on top. So what I have now is 3x squared equals e to the fifth. And then after that, I want to solve for x. I want to get the x squared by itself. I want to get rid of that times 3 by dividing by 3 and dividing by 3. So I really have x squared equals e to the fifth over 3. Now, the way to get rid of the square would be to apply a square root and apply a square root on the whole thing. So my actual answer, x equals, now it could be plus or minus, but I think it's only going to be plus at the end of it all. But listen up. Right here, what we need to do is calculate e to the fifth over 3. And then once I get that answer, I need to take the square root of that answer. Now, I'm saying that it's only going to be able to be positive because the original equation has x's. So if you get an x answer that's negative, that would mean that it's extraneous. It doesn't work. So we only have not a plus or minus, it's just going to be positive, okay? And the calculator does the work for you. So on the calculator, it doesn't matter which calculator you have. If you want to get the E button to come out, you have to hit Shift LN. Shift LN or second LN, okay? So on the calculator, type in Shift LN and you'll see the E button. And you might see it with the square up there or with the caret. And then you're going to type in the 5. I would hit equal right there. And then once you get your decimal answer, I would then hit divided by 3. And I would get another decimal answer. And then once I get that nasty decimal answer, then I would take the square root of the whole thing. So the answer is, if you do it all correctly on the calculator, 7.0335661, but the instructions say round to the 4th decimal place, 1, 2, 3, 4. This 5, the 6, actually does change the 5 to become a 6. So let's scratch that out. This is the final answer right here, 7.0336. Are we cool?